everyone's hyping up the new game coming out, Godforge, before beta. But honestly, if you want the truth, a lot of it's just noise. So we're going to go break down what you actually need to know and worry about before May 19th, the beta launch. What's going on, guys? My name's Vet. This is an episode of Vet Says So. Let's get right into it. If you don't know, Godforge is a brand new turn-based RPG style game, and it's coming straight out of the Hell Hades ecosystem. So the expectations are already there. The biggest thing I've seen is a new stat called Faith, and it's being talked about like it has the same importance as speed does in Raid. And if that is true, that could completely change how builds are made, because now you're not just stacking speed, you're making actual decisions that could define the entire team. Then there's the imprint system, which I think is a very interesting add. It's basically you're taking a champion, you're taking the passive of that champion and fusing it into a weapon, and that weapon can be used with any champion. So you're kind of stacking passives. You're kind of, you're mixing and matching, which is also going to be huge, because now we're going to see metas, we're going to see OP things, we're going to see things that were a waste of a copy of a champion, because this is going to cost one copy of a champion and a weapon or weapon slot, and then whatever resources it takes to finish the imprint, gold, gems, whatever. So basically, instead of locking a champion to itself, you're kind of maximizing the potential of that champion. And that could get really deep, or it could get messy fast, depending on the balance. Now, they're pushing rewards for people who played their mini-game, Godforge Go. I believe the reward is going to be a legendary champion. A free legendary champion at the launch of beta, as long as you sign in using the Godforge ID you made to play the mini-game. One thing that they're really pushing on is their graphics, the details, the polish, the UI, the environment, the story, the scenes, really like the feel. They're really trying to make it feel like its own experience, and they've brought that up multiple times in a lot of their videos. So I'm really excited. I know I'm not going to be click and skip on any of these story scenes, because it sounds like they've really worked hard on giving us an actual experience, not something we just want to click through or skip around. But here's the real question, because none of that survives if the progression and the monetization feel bad. And that's going to decide whether this game lives or dies with the hype. And I will be jumping in May 19th, the launch of the beta, and I will be testing everything, what's worth playing and what's a waste of time. So we'll see really fast if this is a legit contender worth playing, or just another one of those games.